a prominent magazine just named Folsom the #1 city to move to. And I can't remember which one.
In California or in the nation?
I think it was nation, but I'm not going to go on a record, but maybe we'll just say California for now. That's still a big win.
Well, as a new Folsom resident, I can certainly speak to a lot of the reasons that I think Folsom is an attractive market to and city to move to is that the planned unit development that they've done out there is very enticing for families. There's lots of parks, there's lots of very safe walkways. You know, the sidewalks are separated from the roads. There's a lot of logic placed into what families would like to do to be outside. You know, there's a little bit of a shortage at the moment of, you know, grocery stores and restaurants that are not yet built with the homes on that side of 50 on Folsom, but
south side of 50,
on that south side, but you can see that it's coming and they're building and they're getting ready. But the homes and the neighborhoods are great. They've done a wonderful job of altering the elevation street by street, where you don't feel like you're, you know, in a flat neighborhood where you're looking at people.
Right.
Like every street seems to have an elevation where you have a view and you can see, regardless of the price points, which is really kind of cool. You can see those homes that are lower priced, and by lower priced, I'm saying, you know, $600,000-$700,000 up to, you know, the multi-million-dollar ones. But that's a beautiful part of it. I think that's an attractive component, and they have an opportunity to kind of take advantage of what's available in 2026 as information about how to build a community that is very conducive to family living. So I see that. What do you see, Ryan? Like you mentioned Sacramento pulling its weight. For those of us that have grown up, Carmichael kid, I used to say I was a real estate agent's dream because my parents moved like 8 times but never left the city of Carmichael. And so they just bounced around from one little area to another. Those older neighborhoods where, you know, as an appraiser, they make your life hard because you got the $2.5 million mansion next to the shack that's ready to fall down, next to the you know, brand new subdivision of 5 homes that a you know, private builder built, next to what's that like in your world as an appraiser when you're in some of these older neighborhoods where there's not a lot of consistency and it's very spread out? Because I think that's a question that a lot of home buyers and even lenders have about how to value a home and how to determine what's a suitable appraised value. And I know there's a bunch of metrics, but talk a little bit about how you approach that for people that aren't buying in the tract homes.
Yeah, no, the tract homes are simple. You have West Roseville and Elk Grove or South Folsom. And not that there can't be a disparity, but it's nice when you can look over the past 2 years and go, hey, great, there were 7 model match sales. How did these compete with everything else? But I think you get in Carmichael and portions of Fair Oaks. I call it especially Fair Oaks funky, where, you know, you have this custom mid-century modern home, you know, this $2 million property, and then something that will sell for $500,000, you know, right next door. And so it is funky. It's less conforming, but that's where I think for comps, we always have to ask the question, where should we go? It's not how far you can go for comps, but where you should go. And where you should go is, you know, we have 2 options today. We either can go out further or we can go back further in time in the immediate area. And I say do both. You know, really go back further over the past few years, understand, you know, what does this location have to offer for, you know, sales? What are buyers paying for this location? And then understand the market as you go out a little further, because then that gives us clues for, okay, where should we be choosing comps from? And sometimes it's really tight, like, man, I'm going to stay within these few streets and that's it. I'd rather use much older sales and adjust for how the market's changed. And other times I'm going to be going out to other pockets because, hey, buyers are also going to those pockets. Okay. I don't want to cross the, you know, freeway into a totally different market that's higher or lower.